Hello, my name is Joni Leverton, and this is my presentation on my personal leadership development goals. I will discuss what competencies I need to master to achieve my goals. I would like to start this presentation with a little background data on me. This is a picture of me and my dad at his retirement party. I was born and raised in Oklahoma City. In 1994, I graduated from Northwest Classen and went to the University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond. I graduated from UCO with a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing in 2000. At UCO, I met my first mentor in healthcare, and it was my microbiology professor who felt I would make a good nurse. He even pushed me as I initially told him I was not interested in the healthcare field. He gave my transcript to the head of the nursing program, without my permission I might add, and had her waiting for me at the beginning of one of his labs. I am happy that both of them encouraged me in my life path as a nurse, and as it has opened up many doors for me. My first role as an RN was at Deaconess Hospital, in which I was promoted from staff nurse to charge nurse in 6 months. I learned very quickly on the job. I worked at this facility for 6 years and left as a floor manager in 2006, and I moved to Texas. In Texas, I worked as a charge nurse in Presbyterian Hospital for 2 years. Then my family and I moved to Florida for 2 years, where I worked as a floor manager of an oncology unit. After the housing market crash, we moved back to Texas. I now work as a shift manager of an acute rehabilitation unit. I have worked in a healthcare setting as a manager for the last 13 years and enjoy the challenge that it presents on a daily basis. No day is the same, and I never get bored. Since 2000, I have developed many skills that enable me to be a strong and effective leader. In our text, Exceptional Leadership, it discusses many traits that effective leaders have. As a nurse, there are many decisions that need to be made. It is important to know and be in touch with your values and beliefs. Many decisions need to be made in an uncomfortable and tough situation, such as end-of-life decisions. Over the years, I have stuck to my set values in making important decisions and facing challenges. Emotional intelligence is the act of understanding and working with other people's emotions while understanding and managing your own emotional responses. As a nurse and a manager over nurses, this is a skill I use on a regular basis. Most patients and their family members are stressed while in the hospital. This environment leads to many situations with angry patients, customers, and sometimes they will take this out on the hospital staff. Having a high level of emotional intelligence will help you manage these situations and help your staff manage these situations also. A visionary is able to see the future clearly and anticipate large-scale changes that will affect your organization. This is an important trait in the healthcare field as many changes are occurring with the Affordable Care Act. I will be honest, this is one of my weaknesses. Since 2010, many large-scale changes have occurred, and I have studied the Act, plus been involved in many development teams, but this is a relatively new role for me, and I am learning how to adapt and make transitions every day. It is important as a leader to be able to communicate your vision to others. This skill involves compelling others to see your vision and actively participate in the strategic changes. I communicate vision in my department by sharing the vision in a positive manner and then engage others in the process of change to make the vision a success. An effective leader needs to develop trust, as it is the glue that holds your organization together. I build trust with my team by being direct and honest. I conduct myself in an open and transparent fashion while maintaining confidences and disclosing the needed information in an ethical manner. I am an authentic leader that walks the talk, and people can trust to follow my promises with actions. I listen like I mean it by maintaining a calm and easy-to-approach demeanor. I do my best to listen to both verbal and nonverbal cues, as body language can tell you a lot. Over the years, my training as a nurse has taught me to be patient, open-minded, and willing to hear what people have to say. My team and I have built a rapport over the years. It is important to give feedback to your employees, as your employees will perform better if they have clear set expectations. I do this by dealing with problems openly and directly. I will provide criticism in a timely manner and provide feedback that is unambiguous. I always combine that positive feedback when I am giving constructive criticism. I have always been a mentor to student nurses and new employees within our organization. I invest the time to help them develop their skills and support their career development. It is important to develop your team with common goals and a feeling of cohesiveness. I start developing my team by choosing the best people for team roles. I'm not looking for a bunch of yes men. I want a team that can have an open discourse and healthy debates on issue. With this, I am not looking for just one type of person. I want different types of people whose strengths and weaknesses complement one another. My team is made up of different people who do not always get along, but we do work together to find the best compromise. Biannually, we have a team-building activity that helps us stay cohesive. In a healthcare environment, it is important to energize your staff and help them stay in touch with the service orientation that brought them into the healthcare field in the first place. I energize my staff by setting good personal examples. I have a good work ethic and speak optimistically about the future of my company and the healthcare environment. Once a week, I recognize someone in my team that has done exceptionally well so I can show them that their efforts are paying off and we appreciate them. Over the years, I have developed many strengths, and I believe they are living by personal conviction, possessing emotional intelligence, earning loyalty and trust, listening like you mean it, mentoring others, and developing teams. As a leader, I have weaknesses that I am working on every day. I believe they are being a visionary, communicating this vision, giving feedback, and energizing staff. Once a leader has developed their many different skills, they must apply them to daily activities. Informal power is defined as the capacity to influence others without having to resort to using formal authority. In my organization, I have developed a reputation as a go-to person. I understand my and others' roles within the organization. Plus, I have built up numerous positive bank accounts with my leaders of other units. This always helps when you are in a pinch and need some help. I have developed an ability to influence people without telling them to do it because I am your boss. They do it because they want to. Consensus building involves framing issues in such a way that many different people in a group can come to a consensus. It is impossible to make everyone happy all the time, so coming up with a compromise is important. I'm trying to improve my ability with this. It can be a difficult process to bring together different people and have them get along and compromise on an issue. Just look at our Congress. I have become an effective decision maker over the years, as I have had to make many decisions on a daily basis with little time to contemplate many of them. I wish I had more time to evaluate them as they are occurring, but in the healthcare world, this is a luxury. I do need to spend more time after the decision is made and evaluate all aspects so I can learn from past mistakes and make better future decisions. A leader that can drive results can mobilize people towards a greater commitment to a vision, challenge people to higher set standards and goals, keep people focused on achieving goals, and can proactively work towards performance barriers. I drive results by looking for process improvement opportunities that others do not see, such as finding more efficient ways to make patient rounds or documenting. When I see an employee derailing from a plan or vision, I pull them aside and help them with whatever obstacle they are facing. As a leader, it is important to stimulate creativity within your team as many problems arise that need people to think outside the box and be creative to find a solution. In my organization, we use many creative group activities such as brainstorming and nominal group processes. I create an open communication environment in which no idea is a bad idea, and we love people that think outside the box. In healthcare, it pays to have a creative team, as we seem to be required to do more but for less reimbursement. Adaptability in leadership involves 3 skills: reading the environment, weighing the appropriate courses of action, and responding with an appropriate leadership style. Reading an environment requires a leader to be very perceptive and be able to listen well to both verbal and nonverbal cues. This involves determining who is involved in the situation, what challenges are being faced, what kind of history are people relating to in this situation, how much is real, and how much is perceived in the urgency that is involved in the situation. Weighing the appropriate course of action involves using the leader's judgment on which approach will work best based on your read of the environment. Responding with an appropriate leadership style involves altering your leadership style to suit the individual employee. A challenge of this skill is, how many different leadership styles do you possess? Cultivating adaptability is a difficult activity to master, but I'm getting better at it every day. I am in a continuous life learning process to become a more efficient leader. My CNO and medical director have taken me under their very experienced wings and taught me so much. I make a conscious effort to know what my strengths and weaknesses are. I am humble enough to learn and confident enough to make decisions. Harry S. Truman once said, "It's what you learn after you know it all that counts." I believe that this quote applies to a leader's continual quest for knowledge. Thank you for taking the time to watch my presentation. Please feel free to contact me with any questions or comments.